你们好，同学们 ！Welcome to a journey to China, Chinese 1。欢迎到中国之旅第一册。我是于博士。Have you mastered reading and speaking the numbers 0 to 100 in Chinese? If you have, you'll find it useful in today's lesson. Today, you will learn to use numbers in an everyday situation and learn new sentences, including welcome, please come in, and thanks. 同学们, the ability to say numbers is useful all the time. Let's review some numbers. Count from 0 to 10 with me in Chinese. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now, let's go from 11 to 20. 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Now, count with me from 21 to 31. 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31. 好. Can you count in units of 10 up to 100? Let's practice. Beginning with 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Did you remember that 百 means 100? 100 is 100. Say 百 with me. 百. 百 is 100. What is 100? Yes, 100, 100. When learning to read dates and ask questions about age, you learned 7 new words. Look at the character and tell me what it means. Here is 几. Can we recall its meaning? 几 means how many. Repeat 几 after me. 几. Here is 岁. Repeat it after me. 岁. Here's a sentence. 他几岁? What does 岁 mean? 岁 means year of age. Look at 两. Say 两 with me. 两. What does it mean? Very good. 两 means 2. The next word is 年. Say 年 with me. 年. You can use it when given a calendar date. Do you know its meaning? Very good. 年 means year. 今年 is a word that helps you be specific regarding a period of time. You know 年. What does 今年 mean? It means this year. Repeat it after me. 今年. 好. Here is 零. Say 零 with me. 零. What does it mean? You are correct. 零 means 0. The last word was 谁. Say 谁 with me. 谁. Here's a sentence. 他是谁? What does 谁 mean? Yes, 谁 means who. 他是谁? Literally, he is who? In our last lesson, you learned to ask questions about age and identity. I will describe a young man to you. Imagine that you and he are in the same class. Listen closely. Then I will ask you some questions. 他叫林大虎。他是我的同学。他今年15岁。他的生日是1994年4月10日。Based on what I've told you, tell me about this young man. Answer me in Chinese and use a complete sentence. Here's my first question. 他是谁? Do you know what I'm asking? 他是谁? Perfect. Yes, you can identify him. 他是林大虎. I asked, who is he? Remember, in Chinese grammar, when you ask questions, the question word in the sentence structure is replaced by the answer. For example, 他是谁? 他是林大虎. Did you make a note? When I said, 他是我的同学, tell me something else about 林大虎. 他是谁? Yes, 他是我的同学. Very good. He is my classmate. 他是我的同学. Let me tell you about 林大虎 again. 他今年15岁。他的生日是1994年4月10日。Here's my next question. 他几岁? What do you think I'm asking? 他几岁? Yes, I've asked how old is he, so 他几岁? Very good. 他今年15岁 is correct. This year, he is 15 years old. 他今年15岁. If you said 他15岁, he is 15 years old, you would also be correct. Here's the last question. 他的生日是几月几日? I'll say it again. 他的生日是几月几日? Do you understand the question? I've asked about his birth date. 他的生日是几月几日? The answer is 他的生日是4月10日. His birthday is April 10th. 他的生日是4月10日. Say the sentence with me. 他的生日是4月10日. You could also answer the question and include the year of Lin Dahu's birth. 他的生日是1994年4月10日. Good job with the review of sentences and vocabulary, 同学们. Now it's time to learn new sentences and words. Watch and listen closely to this dialogue. See if you can understand welcome, please come in, and thanks.
谁呀？
我是林大虎。
欢迎，请进。
谢谢。
你是？
我是您的学生，我的学生号码是371058。
你的电话号码是？
我的电话号码是550126。
很好，明天见，林大虎。
谢谢您，老师，再见。
We can learn a lot from what Lin Dahu and the teacher said. You can use many things they said every day. When Lin Dahu knocked on the doorframe, the teacher said, 谁呀? You know 谁 means who. And what do you think 谁呀 could mean? Very good. 谁呀 means who is it? 谁呀, 谁 with the second tone and with the neutral tone. Say 谁呀 after me 3 times. 谁呀? 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 After Lin Dahu identified himself, the teacher said, 欢迎，请进. And Lin Dahu entered the room. What do you think she said? Good. She told him to come in. She said, welcome, please come in. 欢迎，请进. 欢迎 means welcome. 请进 means please enter. Let's learn the phrase 欢迎，请进. 欢迎 is said with the first and the second tone. Listen. 欢迎，欢迎. Repeat after me. 欢迎，欢迎，欢迎. 欢迎 means what? It means welcome. 请进 means please come in. It's said with the third and the fourth tones. 请进，请进，请进. Now, say 请进 after me 3 times. 请进，请进，请进. 很好. Let's put the words together. Repeat after me. 欢迎，请进。欢迎，请进. Now say it with me. 欢迎，请进. What does it mean? Yes, it means welcome, please come in. When Lin Dahu came into the room, he said, 谢谢. What does it mean? That's right. He said, thanks. 谢谢 is said with the fourth tone on the first syllable and the neutral tone on the second. 谢谢. It's important to say the neutral tone on the second syllable. Repeat 谢谢 after me 3 times. 谢谢. 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 What does 谢谢 mean? Yes, it means thanks. Since you're learning so many new things in this dialogue, let's watch it again. See how much you understand this time.
谁呀？
我是林大虎，
欢迎，请进。
谢谢。
你是？
我是您的学生，我的学生号码是371058。
你的电话号码是？
我的电话号码是550126。
很好，明天见，林大虎。
谢谢您，老师，再见。
It's fun to realize that you understand new words when you hear them, isn't it? Let's learn 4 more words. After Lin Dahu walked into the room, the teacher said, 你是 you are. Lin Dahu replied and said, 我是您的学生，我的学生号码是371058. Did you understand parts of these sentences? In the first sentence, there is 学生 meaning student. 林大虎 said, 我是您的学生. I am your student. Notice that 您的 is formal because he's talking to a teacher. 我是您的学生. 学生 uses the second and the first tones. Sometimes you'll hear it with the second and neutral tone. We will use the second and first tones. Listen. 学生, 学生. Say 学生 after me 3 times. 学生, 学生, 学生. Very good. 学生 means student. 林大虎 also said, 我的学生号码是3711058. The new word in this sentence is 号码 with the second and third tones, meaning number. 号码, 号码. Say 号码 after me 3 times. 号码, 号码, 号码. 号码 means number. Together, 学生 and 号码 means student ID number. Listen. 学生号码. Now repeat after me. 学生号码. 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 What is 学生号码? Yes, it means student ID number. 我的学生号码是3711058. My student ID number is 371058. To finish the conversation, the teacher asks, 你的电话号码是? 林大虎 replied, 我的电话号码是550126. Do you know what the teacher asked? No idea? The teacher asked for his telephone number. 你的电话号码是? Your telephone number is? 电话 means telephone. 电话 uses the fourth tone on both syllables. Listen. 电话, 电话, 电话. Now repeat after me. 电话, 电话, 电话. Now let's say 电话号码. Repeat after me. 电话号码. 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 很好. Lin Dahu gave the teacher his telephone number. He said, 我的电话号码是550126. My telephone number is 550126. To end the conversation, the teacher said, 明天见. Lin Dahu thanked the teacher and said goodbye. 谢谢您，老师，再见. Let's watch the dialogue one more time. Discover how much more you understand.
谁呀？
我是林大虎，
欢迎，请进。
谢谢。
你是？
我是您的学生，我的学生号码是371058。
你的电话号码是？
我的电话号码是550126。
很好，明天见，林大虎。
谢谢您，老师，再见。
I hope you understood everything in the dialogue. You can use these sentences in everyday situations. Also, here's a special note about telephone numbers. Many Chinese people say the number 1 as 1 when giving a telephone number. 1 is used to be clear because 1 can sometimes be heard as 7. Be aware of 1 is commonly used. Let's look at a list of our new words. Repeat each word after me when I say it in Chinese. Number, 号码 Student, 学生 Telephone, 电话 Welcome, 欢迎 Please come in, 请进 Thanks, 谢谢 An exclamation, ah, as in 谁呀? 3 of our new words have characters that share the same radical. The radical is 言, meaning speech. These 3 words are 请, 话, and 谢. 请 means to ask, to invite, and please. 话 is a part of the word 电话, telephone. 话 means spoken words, talk, and dialect. 谢 means to thank. What do you think their character structure is? Yes, I agree. Each character is compound in structure. 很好. Let's look at our word list again. Do you know how to say his student ID number in Chinese? Did you say 他的学生号码? Very good. Can you say her telephone number in Chinese? Good. 他的电话号码 is the answer. Let's do some interpretive communication. I'm going to speak in Chinese and tell you about 2 students. I want you to listen carefully, take notes, and reply in English when I ask you questions. Are you ready? 准备好了吗？开始吧。她叫王玲玲。她是我的同学。她今年15岁。她的生日是10月4日。她的学生号码是25893。她的电话号码是510746。她叫李玛丽。她是我的同学。她今年14岁。她的生日是8月2日。她的学生号码是25991。她的电话号码是511336。同学们， I'm ready to ask questions. I'll ask each question twice, then wait for your answer. Remember to answer in English. Look at the student on the right. 他是谁？他是谁？ She is 王玲玲。她今年几岁？她今年几岁？ This year, she is 15 years old. 她的学生号码是 他的学生号码是Her student ID number is 25893. 他的电话号码是Her telephone number is 510746. 他的生日是几月几日？他的生日是几月几日？ Her birthday is October 4th. How well did you do? Did you correctly interpret Ling Ling's birthday and numbers? Now, look at the student on the left. 他是谁？他是谁？ She is 李玛丽。她今年几岁？她今年几岁？ This year, she is 14 years old. 她的学生号码是？她的学生号码是？ Her student ID number is 25991. 她的电话号码是？她的电话号码是？ Her telephone number is 511366. 她的生日是几月几日？她的生日是几月几日？ Her birthday is August 2nd. 同学们, congratulations if you did well on this exercise. It wasn't supposed to be too easy. Here's another special note today. It's about calendar dates in conversation. When you give a date, you can also use the word 号, a word that means day of the month, or number instead of 日, meaning day. 号 is commonly used in China in conversation. You can say 明天是5月8号, or you can say 明天是5月8日. Both are correct. 同学们, we've come to the end of our video lesson. Let's go over the things we've studied today. After reviewing our previous lesson, we studied a dialogue between a teacher and student. You learned how to interact politely and use numbers in an everyday situation. Our sentences and phrases were 谁呀? Who is it? 欢迎，请进。Welcome, please come in. 谢谢 Thanks. 我是您的学生 I am your student. 我的学生号码是 My student ID number is and 我的电话号码是 My telephone number is. The vocabulary list for this lesson includes the words 号码 number, 学生 student, 电话 telephone, 欢迎 welcome, 请进 please come in, 谢谢 thanks, and an exclamation as in 谁呀? You learned that 3 characters in our words have the radical 言 meaning speech. They are 请, 话, and 谢. You also identified their structure as compound. 很好，同学们。As an interpretive exercise, I told you about 2 students using Chinese only. You translated the information and answered in English when I asked you the questions. It wasn't easy, and you did well. 同学们, you've worked hard today, and I appreciate your efforts. Because you worked so hard, I have a bonus word for you. 手机, it means cell phone. Try using it in a sentence this week. 同学们, I will see you soon for our next lesson on the journey to China. 中国之旅, and remember, learning never ends. 学无止境. 再见。